All right, now some of you guys have heard this. Just wanted to do it in like a video form, and by heard this, speaking or more so referencing my stream that I did before I shot this video. Now look, I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. I can't lose, man. I'm sitting at a great streak right now. I cannot lose against these weirdo SJWs, these feminists, the social justice left. I cannot lose against. And what I mean by that, and more so why, I'm gonna show you. We've talked about this person already before, right? And we talked about how this person participated in a tactic that I see a lot of people, Twitter leftists, do. And what they do is they yell in echo chambers, and then they are like, if the criticism doesn't exist, or I don't see it, more so, as if they don't see it, then it doesn't exist, to be more precise. So this person did not the last video I did, the video probably before last one, I discussed how this person was doing some, it said the whole deal about libertarianism and white folks, and then because she couldn't pull the race card on me, she pulled the feminism card, and then after that, she pulled the transphobia card, which is what we're talking about today. But what she does, tactic that I see a lot of these Twitter leftists doing this, they usually blockchains to sort of block, or threads to block everybody or as many people as they can that follows you or are part of some sort of thread. But they don't block the person that they're arguing with, definitely if they have a following, like in my case. So it allows her people to jump in the thread and say crazy things to me, but folks that, let's say, follow me don't get to say anything back, or they don't see it. Slick tactic. But from an argumentative standpoint, y'all have seen me sort of adopt this for the most part. I maybe slipped up, still undefeated, but I maybe slipped up a couple of times. But I always encourage you guys to stop getting on the defense when these people make these bogus, crazy accusations, whether it be libel, through slander, or what have you. What happens when you talk to these types is that you make an argument, they say, and by the way, for those, this is like, I'm not arguing with Gina Jameson. This chick is it's funny. Brags about getting blocked. This is her cover photo. Brags about getting blocked by someone while blocking everybody else. Take that in whatever way that you may. But this weirdo and weirdos like this, what they do is they are very slick, in which they try to suggest that you are attacking them or an identity of people because you're on the opposite end of them on the conversation, in the conversation, if that makes sense. This is why you can make an argument against this person. She pulls the feminism card immediately after because she couldn't pull she pulled the race card earlier, couldn't really pull that because I'm not white, went for the next card. And unfortunately, because people act as if these types are arguing in good faith, what they do is make this mistake in which they get on the defense. So if somebody, you say, all right, this is a wrong position that you have, this is why. And that person says, well, you're being a sexist or you're being a misogynist. And instead of being like, okay, prove it, or not even acknowledging it, people get on the defense. That's exactly what they want you to do, because they are going to continue to move the post, but the post is now off of what you guys were previously discussing. Now it's on some accusation. That's what they want. This is why they reach for that card so often, because it works, unfortunately, on a lot of you guys. That only works if you're arguing with somebody that is arguing in good faith. That maybe slips up and makes an accusations or an assumption, and you can correct them. And if you correct them and they're honest, arguing in good faith, then they would remove from that. Apologize. Okay, I got it wrong. These aren't these types of people. Remember, they have an end game. They want to prove you are something. How they get there is not important. But you walk right into their trap when you start getting on the defense and arguing, oh, well, I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. If you know you're not, it's based on a bogus claim. So I paraphrased it here. And what finally got her to block me, remind, she was blocking everybody that followed me except me because she wanted to keep popping off. Finally got her to block me was because for a multitude of different tweets, like a few different tweets, I was completely ignoring her when she kept bringing up this transphobia thing. And like I paraphrased, it said, this person, so you're not going to address my BS claim of your support for transphobia? Me? Nah. This person, that's blocked me. And I wasn't paraphrasing it. That's what happened. Why won't you address, she says, my questions about your support of transphobic rhetoric? I've said nothing that consists of quote unquote transphobic rhetoric. Nothing. So why would I get on the defense and address the question? But it's like somebody asking you're in a loving relationship. It's a classic Kafka trap, or gaslighting, or both, really, where they say you're in a loving relationship, married for 30 years, something like that, and they say, some random person says, why do you beat your wife? You ain't never laid a finger on your wife to harm her. And they say some shit like that. That's how these guys operate. That's how they operate. And they want you to get on the defense. Me, I win because I don't get on the defense. I will tell you to prove it, and I'll allow you to make a fool out of yourself, or I'm just going to ignore it. It's like, why you won't answer my questions about this, and that? It's like I don't address questions based on lies or positions that I don't hold. You don't get to just make a bogus claim and I get to try to defend myself from it. Why would I do that? Definitely when the claim is so preposterous, the claim is so stupid. I'm not going where you want me to go. That's how I remain undefeated. You watch some of my debates that I've had with people here, make these crazy accusations about what it is that got called me a fascist. One of my most popular debates that, in I guess the recent months, was the debate that I had with the Bernie Sanders supporter. And he pops it off by saying, I'm a fascist. I could have got on an immediate defense and said, I'm not a fascist. And this is why. Define fascism. And from there, the conversation went downhill, and this guy made himself look like an absolute buffoon. But that's on him. He did that. I just set him up for it. Because instead of getting on the defense, you actually try to, I know you can't. I know you can't. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to make a fool out of yourself. And that's what almost always they do. Look, the reality is this. You cannot use logic alone, reason alone, to argue a person out of position that they did not get to by way of reason, logic, facts, what have you. This is purely emotional. Therefore, you cannot approach the conversation as if they are arguing in good faith like they made an honest mistake in making this crazy accusation about you, which can be damaging in some cases. But all you do is play right into their hand when you get on the defense from a preposterous claim, a claim that's just completely idiotic, stupid, it's dumb. And instead of just being like, you know what, nah, a lot of y'all get on the defense. Because you fixed your mind that these people approach the argument like you would. But that should be a dead giveaway that they don't, because I'd hope you wouldn't make false claims about people, individual people, and their personal positions. Definitely when they're right there. How silly is, I'm right here, dude. Like, there's no evidence of this. I know it's no evidence of this. I'm not about to sit here and get in a debate with you about, and me trying to prove to you that I'm not I don't care. I don't even care to do that. Whatever. You can call me what they want. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's a dumb assumption. Dumb accusation. My advice to you guys, stop that. Get back on the attack and get off of the defense, because you've been on the defense. You guys have been on the defense for a decade now. Almost. Trying to defend yourselves from these guys and the crazy claims that they make. But you got to understand, these guys are not trying to argue in good faith. They're not trying to be honest. They have no desire to do that. So you trying to prove against their crazy trap is walking right into their trap, and they're going to keep moving the post. Remember, this exact person right here, this exact person went from the race card about libertarianism when I got in, went to the feminist, like the misogynist card, and then moved from the misogynist card to the transphobia card. We could have kept, if she didn't block me, she would have kept going and going and going. But I'm not defending myself from the nutty claim. That's what she wants me to do. So if she calls me, she can do a victory lap. All she wants, she lost. Oh, look, I just called him transphobic. But she got frustrated because I dared. No. Why don't you address she's telling you what her desire is. You need to address your support for, no. I ain't addressing nothing. That's based on a claim that you made. I never made that claim. Get off the defense, man. It's all I'm saying. These people are nutty. And you are under no requirement and under no obligation to defend yourself against these types. On social media, especially, of all places, Twitter. You are under no obligation to defend yourself from a claim that they have yet to prove. Period.